Hello, you incredibly wonderful, attractive, cool, interesting, fabulous fucking people. We're going to talk a little bit about something called a USP, or a unique selling point, otherwise known as a unique selling proposition. And don't worry too much about the lingo, but basically what separates you from all the other men or all the other women when it comes to dating or business or friendships or your job or anything like that. You can kind of think of what makes you the unique special package that you are. A USP, unique special package. In other words, why should someone date you? Or why should someone hire you? Or why should someone be your friend? Like, what makes you unique? And by the way, today's video is meant as a fun exercise rather than getting you into some sort of existential worry about, like, oh my God, I don't have anything unique about me. Oh my God, yeah, why would I stand out? Oh my God. No. See this as like a fun opportunity to come up with some things or to recognize some things that are unique about you that you would then be able to express or show or even put in your dating profile or put in your business so that people, when they see you, will go, oh, wow, I want to get to know this person a little bit better, or I want to give them some money, or I want to have sex with them, or whatever it might be that you're looking for. And now, when I first started dating, and definitely when I first started my business, I wasn't really thinking in terms of like, what is unique about me? Like, what is my unique voice or what is my unique selling point? I was kind of just wanting any experience or any money. And so, again, if you're at the start of your journey, you don't have to freak out about this too much, but I'm just trying to get your gears turning to start thinking, what is unique about me? What do I have to offer people? Why would someone want to date me? A lot of you are in this point of like frustration with your dating life or your business or whatever it might be. And you're like, I'm not getting any results. But you can kind of ask yourself a question and be gentle with this. Would I date me? Like, if I was to meet the opposite gender version of me or the business owner version of me, would I want to give that person money? Would I want to sleep with that person? Would I want to get to know them? If the answer to that question is no, beautiful. We have a great opportunity here. You can start working on some of your unique strengths. And if you feel like you have none, then start building some. And knowing what your strengths or your USPs, your unique selling points or unique special parts of you are, can help you sort of express that to the other person. And you'll feel a lot more sure of yourself. You'll feel a lot more confident. You'll know why people might want to date you or sleep with you or build a business with you or give you money or whatever it might be that you're trying to do. You'll know your why a little bit better. Because I've talked about this concept a lot, dating and definitely business and friendships and all of that. You can kind of think like, what do I have to offer of value to the other person? Like, how can I give value to them? Yes, I want sex. Yes, I want money. Yes, I want whatever it is that I want. But the other person is a person too. And if all I'm thinking about is how do I get something from them, why would anyone want to go along with that? Why would anyone else want to do that? People only do stuff that is in their best interest, that they believe to be their highest good. And so someone's only going to sleep with you if they believe that that will make their life just a tiny bit better or maybe a lot better. Someone will only give you money if they believe that they will get something from it. There's an entire book that talks about this called How I Found Freedom in an Unfree World. It literally talks about like the value exchange that people have. And if you want something from other people, give first, or at least show them that you're willing to give something. And so this concept of a USP or your unique strengths can really help you start to solidify, holy shit, I have a lot to offer people, whether it's business, sex, dating, whatever. And something that can really help with this is to come up with a list of 50 things that are likable about you, like 50 things that you have to offer of value to other people. Again, whether that's business, sex, friendships, doesn't matter. But you can start this list right now. Start writing down a couple of things that you feel you have to offer in dating or in business or whatever it is. And start getting a little bit more clear about the value proposition that you are presenting to other people. And you'll find your results start to go up. And if you feel like right now, I don't have anything to offer people, yeah, then why the fuck would you be sitting around getting frustrated that you're not having the dating results? No fucking shit. If you really feel like you have nothing to offer people, why the hell would they date you? Again, kind of like the question I said before, would you date you? And if the answer is no, then start working on that. You know, you don't have to beat yourself up or feel guilt or shame, but start adding a little bit of value to yourself. Start with the self-improvement. I have a billion videos on my channel. You can go and read my big free Tinder guide if dating is your goal. If business is your goal, I have plenty of videos on that. But start getting a little bit more clear about what value you bring to other people and what is maybe a little bit more unique about you. Like, what is your voice? Why should someone date you instead of the person next to you? Why should someone give you money instead of the person next to you? And by the way, you can build an amazing sex life or you can build an amazing business with just one unique selling point. And it doesn't have to be the most unique idea on the planet. We're just saying something that puts you in the, I don't know, top 20% of uniqueness. Like 80% of other people don't have this idea or this part of themselves, this strength that you have. So you don't have to be a god with this. You don't have to be perfect, but just one unique selling point. For instance, in dating, it could be something like what I do, which is BDSM, kink. I guess you could say my girlfriend as well. So threesomes and BDSM and kink. I guess that's more than one thing, isn't it? But I'm a little bit of a kinky boy and I like to teach other people. And so a lot of women come to me or come to my girlfriend, Emmy, and I, literally to learn BDSM. That's like such a unique thing that I'm offering that not every man is good at. Like not every man is going to sit there or lay there with you for hours just focusing on your pleasure. That could be something that some of you have to offer. Buy a sex toy, buy a vibrator or something, learn how to use it, which is just practice. And then with every woman that you meet, that's your unique selling point. I'm going to give you fucking 10 orgasms. I'm going to lay with you and blow your mind and make you feel amazing for the next 2 hours. That's something that quite a few of my coaching clients end up doing. One of my other fellow coaches, Ed, is really good in the bedroom. And that just came with practice. You know, he started out as a virgin when he first came to me for coaching, but he's got vibrators, he's got toys, he knows what to do. And so a lot of women, when they come to him, they have a great, amazing, beautiful experience. So pick one thing. There's a billion different things you could choose from. One thing that you have to offer that maybe most men don't offer, or if you're a woman, most women don't have to offer. And if you have more than one unique selling point or one thing that's interesting about you that other guys don't necessarily have or other girls don't have, holy shit, more than one just makes you stand out. Now you're a 3-dimensional character instead of just a 1-dimensional character. And for a lot of you, just being honest and upfront is something absolutely amazing that is very unique, because the vast majority of human beings are trying to do their best, but they're not always honest, especially not in dating. Like, let's be real, maybe 80% of people, 90% of people aren't fully open and authentic and honest and vulnerable when it comes to dating, men and women. They will hide things. They have a fear of rejection. They'll hold back. They won't always let everything out and be completely vulnerable. They won't treat the other person like they're on the same team. They're sort of guarded and like wary of the other person, almost like they're scared of getting hurt. And so if you can just be the motherfucker or the motherfuckette who is honest, open, authentic, vulnerable, and just says the fucking truth, man, that's a unique selling point in itself. That puts you in the top like 5%, top 1% maybe. So being honest is one. Getting somewhat decent at sex is another. As a man, taking the lead is one. As a woman, if you wanted to be a little bit more open about your feelings and like literally say to a guy, hey, I really like you. Would you like to go on a date with me? That sets you apart from almost every other woman out there who just sits around waiting for something to happen. So that could be your unique selling point. And again, even just having one unique selling point sets you apart. Having more than one is like, mind-blowing. When it comes to something like business, you know, maybe I'll talk in a second about some of my unique selling points, and then you can start thinking for yourself for any of you that want to start business. So maybe we'll stick with dating just for a little bit longer. Being non-judgmental is another huge thing that you have to offer. Like just in general, if you're as non-judgmental as you possibly can be, and you don't judge women for having lots of sex, or you women, you don't judge men for having a sex drive and being testosterone fueled and all of that. If you try and understand each other, if you try and learn and have empathy, that sets you apart. Like just being non-judgmental, or as non-judgmental as you can be, is such a fucking incredible thing. If you can be open-minded with the other person, my God, does that set you apart. And to really drill this point home, I can't tell you how many times girls have slept with me or come to me for BDSM or come to me and my girlfriend for BDSM. And they will say, you are the only person that I've ever seen with BDSM in his profile, in his dating profile. I've always wanted to try BDSM. You are the first opportunity that I've ever been presented with. Hell yes, I want to meet you. Hell yes, I want to have sex with you. Literally just because you're unique. I've even had a few women, and they try and be polite about how they say it, but they're basically like, you're not my usual type. And then I'm like, well, what's your usual type? And then they're trying really hard not to be offensive, but they're basically like, well, you know, maybe guys that like hit the gym a little bit more and, you know, like have a really good body. And I'm like, yeah, no, I get it. I'm not your cup of tea. I'm not the most attractive person that you've slept with or dated. I get it. Why are you here? And they're like, because you're the only person that's going to teach me BDSM. Where the fuck else am I going to learn this? Emmy and I also slept with and dated this girl ages ago who was seeing this other guy. And he was like a BDSM dom. And I think he was like in his 50s or something. And she was just gently telling us about him and slowly opening up about him. And I said, you know, like, what's he like? What does he look like? Is he more attractive than me? Less attractive? Is he younger? Is he older? Like, what kind of stuff is he teaching you? Like, are you guys having fun? Like, I'm curious. Like, what is he like? It took a little while for her to admit this, but she was quite sweet about it. But she's like, you know, I'm not necessarily with him for his attractiveness. And then it sort of comes out that he's very, very, very overweight. He's not necessarily the most attractive person that she's ever met. And this is her trying to be really sweet about it. But she literally said, I'm not attracted to him physically. And I was like, well, how do you guys have sex then if you're not attracted to him? And she's like, because I'm attracted to the shit that he does. He's just like really good at BDSM. He's teaching me so much. I don't necessarily need the physical attraction. I'd love it to be there, but I can sort of make this, maybe not compromise, but I'm making this choice to still see him because holy shit, he's giving me so much. You know, that was his unique selling point. His unique selling proposition is, I'm going to teach you BDSM. I might not be the most attractive guy, but who gives a shit? A lot of you are so shallow and caught up on things like attractiveness or appearance, you don't realize that if you worked on either recognizing or building other parts of your personality, other things that you have to offer, other parts of you that you could have, you know, other parts of you that are valuable that you could offer, it wouldn't matter so much about your attractiveness. Yes, work on your appearance. Yes, no shit. But there's more to you than just your attractiveness. And so again, with this video, I'm trying to get those gears turning of like, what unique selling points do I have to offer? Get out a big piece of paper and start writing down some stuff. Maybe you're good at playing the guitar. That's cool. You could serenade girls on dates. Go on a fucking date and take your guitar. Go sit in a park somewhere and play her a love song. Are you kidding me? She would fall in love with you. Maybe some of you women out there, maybe you're really good at cooking or you're good at baking. Imagine if you showed up to the first fucking date with some homemade cookies and you're like, hey, I baked you a cupcake or I made you some food. Do you know how much the guy would fucking fall in love with you? There's that saying, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Like, cook for him. I've dated a few Asian girls in the past who on the first or the second date showed up with food. They're like, I'm going to come over to your place and we're going to eat together. And I'm like, okay, but like, do we order Uber Eats? Like, what do you want? And they're like, no, I'm going to cook for you. And I'm like, I don't even care if you cook me fucking TV dinner. I'm already in love with you for the fact that you're even offering that. They came over, they had all the ingredients, so I didn't even have to buy any ingredients. It's ready to go. They cook it, we eat together, and I'm just like, I'm in love with you. Holy shit, I love you. And so if you start thinking, what unique things can I offer? What will happen is a lot of the time, maybe most of the time, the other person will meet that with so much gratitude because it's so unexpected. That's the point of an unique selling point, is that it's unique. It's unexpected. The U could stand for unexpected selling point. And the other person will often go, holy shit, like this is so above and beyond anything I was expecting. Let me do something unique for you. Let me do something to show you that I'm grateful. Let me really just tell you that you're appreciated. Let me care more about you. Let me try harder to be with you. Like, you will get beautiful things in return, not 100% of the time. Some people aren't necessarily grateful or they don't reciprocate, but that's like 5% of people. 95% of people will be deeply fucking happy with you and grateful, and they will try harder, and the dates will go better and sex will go better. And all of this applies to business too as well. So many of you are out there going like, why can I never find a good man? Or I can never find a good woman. It's like, are you a good man? Are you a good woman? What effort are you putting in? You're walking around having this sort of sense of entitlement of other people should give me shit. Other people should be amazing. You know, sometimes, quite often, I will get emails from people saying, Andy, give me something for free. Andy, give me free coaching. Andy, can you just answer my question? Andy, can you just check out my Tinder profile and do this for free? Andy, can you just help me start this business? Andy, can I write an article for your website? Andy, can I please come on your podcast? Andy, it would be a great opportunity for me if I could do this. Andy, can I redo your website and like you'll pay me for that? Can I have free coaching in exchange for some service that is of no value to you and you don't give a fuck about, and I never even asked you if you want it, but can I just have free coaching? Can I have your time? And so I get these emails quite a lot. And literally none of the time do the people ever think about what they might be offering to me. Why the fuck would I give you free coaching when you've offered me nothing? Not even gratitude. Why the fuck would I give you a free podcast for you to come and be on mine when I don't even know what value you would bring to me or my audience? Like, why would I give you the thing for free when you haven't even expressed to me what I get out of it? And a lot of the time, sometimes maybe not a lot of the time, but sometimes I will reply back and say, like, why would I do that? Like, what are you offering? I'll phrase it usually nicer than that, but I'll be like, hey man, like, what are you offering me? Like, why would I do this for you? And a lot of the time, people are stumped by that question. They're like, I don't know, man, like, it would really help me out. And it's like, so your idea of what you have to offer to me is it would help you out. Why would I do that? Like, that's just not how most human beings work. Even those of us like me who are literally on a mission to try and give to the world as much as we possibly can, I want a reason why I'm doing that. Why would I spend my time helping you, who doesn't even seem to be grateful for that, when I could turn 45 degrees to your right and help that person who's going to offer me something, or at least gratitude? And so the same thing in dates. So many of you have this sort of like entitlement mindset, which is, okay, I used to have the same fucking thing, and that's why I was so miserable. I felt so damn entitled, just like a lot of you do. I'm entitled to sex. Well, what do you have to offer? I should have women in my life. I should get a girlfriend. What the fuck would you offer that woman? If you don't even know, how the hell is she going to know when you show up for a date or when you're on the dating apps? Like, why would she match you? If you don't know what value you have to give to her, how is she going to know that? You're not even going to be able to communicate it to the other person through your pictures, through your profile, through your bio, through what you say on the date, even just verbally out loud saying, hey, I know BDSM. Would you like to learn that with me? If you don't know what it is that you offer, no one else is going to know it either. So get very clear about this stuff. And if you're still stuck, well, maybe I could learn to be confident, and then that would be something that I have to offer, because most men and most women are not confident. So that's kind of a unique selling point. How will I get confident? Well, I could go and do improv classes. That would probably improve my confidence. I could take stand up. I could do like stand up comedy. And if I suck at it, I can practice. I could do Toastmasters and learn to give speeches and stuff like that. I could go to meetup.com and go and meet a bunch of people, and that will improve my social skills and my confidence and my charisma and my conversation skills and all of that. I can practice this shit. Even if I feel like I have nothing to offer, that's okay. I can just go and build those skills, go and build something to offer. And for those of you who have some dates that you're already going on, or maybe you have some friends or whatever, ask them what they think your unique selling points are. Like, say to them, why did you pick me instead of someone else? Why are you my friend when you could have been friends with anyone? What are you getting out of this friendship? Like, literally say that. What is this friendship getting you? What is this friendship giving you? What are you getting out of this friendship? What are you getting out of being on a date with me right now? And people will give you really interesting answers. They'll say, you're a really good listener, and I feel like you just understand me on a level that other people don't. And then you go, holy shit, okay, good listener. Could that be a unique selling point? Yeah, no shit, not everyone is good at listening. Go improve that, go work on that, or at least be more aware that that is something you have to offer. And again, you can put that in your fucking dating profile. You could literally write good listener. There are a lot of women who are like, holy shit, men don't listen. You know, I want a man that can listen and communicate. That's you. I'm going to go on a date with you because you put it in your fucking bio. And maybe we can talk a little bit here, switch it up to sort of talk a little bit about business. And as I talk about this business stuff, for any of you that want to start a business, yeah, just kind of be thinking about this unique selling point thing. But everything I'm about to say still applies to dating and friendships. Like, I might be talking about business, but the advice is still the same. So maybe let's talk about me, and I can give some examples to start you guys thinking about things that you might have to offer that are unique. So in terms of my coaching and I guess my content, like this channel, what is unique? Like, why are you here? Why did you come and watch this video instead of all the other ones on YouTube that are better production qualities, better editors? They have more money so they can spend it on, editing and all of that shit, fancier, more clickbait, all of that. Why did you click and watch this video? Why are you still here 20 minutes into this video? Maybe it's because I'm really fucking honest, or at least I try my absolute hardest to be as deeply honest and vulnerable as I possibly can be. And on a YouTube or on a social media platform in 2025, authenticity fetches a high price. Most people are not deeply honest. They treat you like the other, like they're almost on a throne and they're speaking down to you. They don't mean to do it sometimes. Sometimes it's done out of fear of criticism. If I'm really honest and vulnerable, you might hurt me. And yet, no shit, this is YouTube, this is social media. People can be incredibly unkind. I've done a video about this recently called The Internet Can Be a Very Negative Place Sometimes. I've had my fair share of criticism, so I understand why people are afraid to be vulnerable, which is probably part of the reason why you're here. Maybe to some degree you see some courage in that and you're like, okay, if this motherfucker can be this honest and real and not fuck around and just talk to me like a person and be real with me, maybe I can go out and do that with women, or maybe I can start my own business being authentic. Maybe I can be a little bit more real with my friends or my family. He can do it. Maybe I can too. Maybe something else that's unique. Maybe another reason you're here is that I give dating advice, but it's mixed in with like BDSM and kink, which is already a little bit more unique. A lot of kink, a lot of BDSM is sort of a little bit more underground. There are plenty of people on YouTube talking about kink and all of that, but not necessarily paired with like dating. Like, how do I meet people through dating that I might want to do BDSM and kink with? A lot of my coaching clients come to me for that. We've had a lot of men, and we've even had one woman who came literally because she's like, I watched a bunch of your videos on BDSM. You and Emmy, yeah, you seem like a normal couple just talking about BDSM. I'm going to pay you and you're going to teach me how to do BDSM, how to go and find a man in a safe way who will teach me BDSM as well. And we did. You know, she's been seeing a guy for about 2 years now. They explore BDSM. It's wonderful. Maybe some of you are here for self-improvement advice paired with some self-love. You know, I don't expect you to be perfect. I tell you that you're never going to be perfect. I don't yell at you and call you a pussy and do that sort of David Goggins style. And David Goggins is unique. That's not to criticize David Goggins. He is his own thing. I'm separate from David Goggins and Andrew Tate and all the people that like to yell at you. And so maybe for some of you who want to be yelled at, you'll go to those people. And that's why you'll see them, because you're like, I want to be yelled at. I want Andrew Tate to yell at me and call me a fucking pussy. I want David Goggins to be like, get off the couch, bitch, go do something. But for those of you who don't want that, you come to me or people like me, because that's something that's unique. Maybe you're here for masculine advice paired with feminine advice. If you listen to what I talk about in every podcast, I did it in this video a bunch of times. I will say, hey, men, do this. And for any of you women out there, the same thing applies. And then I'll give a little bit of advice to women. And obviously, Imogen comes on my podcast a bunch of times. We've had other women on the podcast that we interview. So there's plenty of like feminine advice in here, and there's plenty of feminine energy. It's not just like a strict boys club where it's like we're talking about women as if there's some other thing over there that we're studying with like a big telescope and we're miles away from women and we're just studying them. No, I have women here on the podcast. I talk to women all the time. I'm dating 2 women right now, obviously. Maybe you're here for advice, but without being told what to do or being shamed or guilt into what you should do. You know, most advice on the internet, most experts, most people in the government, most people on the media, most people on social media, on platforms like that, everywhere, everyone is telling you what you should do. All advertising and marketing is like, you should buy this, you should do this, you have to do this. Whereas maybe you come here to be told, you don't have to do anything. Do whatever you want. What do you want to do? That's the question that I start every coaching call with. I'm like, what would you like from me? What can I give you? And sometimes people say, I want you to motivate me and yell at me and all of that. And I'm like, sweet, man, I can give you a motivational pep talk. Sometimes people come and say, I want you to just listen, man. And I'm like, cool, I'll shut my mouth and I'll be right here and I'll just listen. So I ask you what you want, and maybe that's why some of you are here, because you're sick of being told what to do. And maybe this is a unique space on the internet for you where you don't feel bullied or pressured or guilt-tripped into doing stuff. Maybe you're here because I focus on the positive. I almost never focus on the negative, every now and then, but I try not to. And I'm on a mission to build this into like 100% positivity. We never really obsess about problems here. If any of you give me a problem, like in the comment section, you say, hey, I'm struggling with this problem. I have doubts here. I don't know what to do here. I immediately hone in on, what are we going to do about it? What's the solution? Every problem is an opportunity in disguise. And rather than sitting there going, this sucks, I'm going to complain, I'm going to cry, it's not fair, we go, hey, I get all of that. I understand how you're feeling. It's beautiful that you're able to express all of this. Good job being honest and vulnerable and open. Now, what do we want to do about it? How can we improve this? And so we focus on solutions, not problems. A lot of the internet focuses on negativity and all of that because it sells. You will click on a video. If I put a negative title in a video, you'll click on it at 3 to 5 times the rate. I've experimented with this shit. Been doing this for long enough. Anyone who has a YouTube channel will tell you the same thing. Put something negative or fear-based or something that you're afraid of in the title and the thumbnail. You'll click on it. That scared little animal part of you will go, oh shit, I have to click on this. What if I miss out? I need to know this. And you'll click on it. If I do a video saying everything is okay and you're going to be okay, that gets like 1/5 of the views, if not less than that. Sometimes 10% of the views. Like 10 times less views if I'm positive. But fuck it. I'd rather be positive because I don't want to spread more negativity. Maybe that's why some of you come here. And for those of you working on your dating or sex life, imagine if you went on every date with just positive vibes. Imagine if you were just chill as fuck, like a little Buddhist monk. You go on the date and you're just like, hey, it's all good. And she's complaining about something and you're like, hey, thanks for opening up to me about this. Yeah, I understand how you feel, but I think it'll be okay. You'll be fine. And she's like, whoa, holy shit. Thanks for not getting into a negativity match with me. Thanks for not bitching and moaning with me. Thank you for talking about something positive with me. Like, people want to be around the person that makes them feel good. That is such a unique thing to offer. That's not most people. Most people can be happy and all of that, but negativity and complaining and bitching and this sucks and all of that will creep in. If you're just not like that, you're like 1% at that point. You're like the upper echelon of positivity. So that's something that you could build. When it comes to the actual coaching, something unique that I do, I mean, there's a lot of unique things about our coaching program, but one is I will record long personal voice messages for everybody in the coaching group. I do that for people when they sign up for the coaching, like before they even sign up. If you apply for the coaching program, you'll get a personal voice message from me giving you free fucking coaching. Some of those go for like an hour or so. I just sit down. I want to help people. I will record them something that's as long as it needs to be until I feel like I've really helped them with all of their problems. That's before they've paid me a cent. And then I'll say, hey, do you want to do a free call and we can figure out if we want to do coaching? On that call, I give them a bit more coaching. So they get 2 fucking coaching sessions with me essentially before they even sign up. So any of you that are fucking in that same situation where you're thinking about coaching, I'm literally giving you the product before I'm asking you to pay me a single cent. That's unique. That's something interesting. And so if any of you are building a business, give away a bunch for free. Give away as much as you possibly can. And what you'll find is you build this beautiful, amazing reciprocal relationship with your audience where you're giving them so much. And they're like, holy shit, I want to give you something. Like, please take my fucking money. That's how most people sign up for the coaching program, by the way. They're like, please take my money. I've had, at this point, like, it's got to be like 50 people tell me, thank you so much. Like, as they're paying the money, they're like, thank you so much for letting me pay. And I'm like, bro, I mean, you're welcome, but you're sending me a huge chunk of money. And they're like, yeah, no, thank you for this. Like, you've helped me so much with all of your free content. I want to pay you. I almost don't care how the coaching program goes. Like, I don't care. It's worth me just paying you to thank you for all the free content. So any of you building a business, do the same shit. Or in dating, offer as much as you can. Try and make the other person feel good. Give them plenty of compliments. Tell them that they're pretty or that they're handsome or whatever. Tell them that you had a blast on the date. Like, that was so fun. I can't wait to see you again. When you show up to the date, say, man, I'm so excited. Like, your profile just got me excited. Like, you're so pretty. You're so cool. You're so interesting. I really want to talk about this like hobby of yours. Like tell me about this. And the person's like, wow, I like being around you. My absolute favorite experiences and my most memorable people that I've ever dated were the ones who were super affectionate and super like happy and gave a ton of compliments to me and made me feel good and were excited to talk to me. Because that's relatively unique. Like, again, most people are trying to do their best, but most people hold back in dating. And they're not super affectionate, like with their compliments. They don't give a bunch of compliments. They don't tell you that they're excited. They hold back because they're afraid of getting hurt or rejected. But then it makes me less excited to date them. Like, all of you who've had a bit of dating experience, think about the people that you were most into. They were probably the people that gave you a ton of compliments and made you feel fucking good about yourself. And so that's something that you can offer other people. And to really get you thinking about this concept of unique selling points and what it might be that you have to offer, I asked a bunch of my past coaching clients, like, what is the unique selling point of our coaching? Like, why did you come to me specifically when there's a million other coaches out there? Some of them may be more professional than me. Maybe some of them are less expensive than me. Maybe more affordable might be a better way of saying that. But why did you come to me? And here's a bunch of stuff that they said. Personalized feedback on all my posts from guys who've already walked a journey similar to what I want and thus know how to help me. Yeah, any of you that are starting a business, if you have just done the thing that you're coaching other people on or that you're offering to other people, whatever your business or service might be, that already sets you apart. Do you know how many like pickup artist coaches and dating coaches there are who like don't have a dating or a sex life that they're happy with, who haven't got proof of it? And so just that, if you're just good at something and you have fucking proof of that, that sets you apart. This one here, there's other people in the coaching program who are absolutely killing it in their self-improvement, and they get to be a part of that. If you join, you get to be a part of that. As this guy says, it's because I read these unbelievable posts from the other guys in the coaching group that I start believing I can do it too. That's something unique that we have to offer. We already kind of hinted at this before, but the values that we've built all of this on, honesty and trust when it comes to dating. So again, In dating, if you can just go out there and be honest, and women can start to trust you, or for you ladies, the men can start to trust you, and you're not playing manipulative games, you just say exactly what you want, you be completely upfront, you don't beat around the bush, you don't hide your intentions. If you just tell the damn truth, holy shit, you're already top 1% in terms of honesty if you're just even the littlest bit honest. And these points kind of repeat the same stuff as before. There's like a members only coaching group, which is something that my coaching program offers that most don't. You get lifelong coaching. You get to stay in the members only Discord group with 3 other coaches in there. I sometimes pop in there as well, and everyone's coaching each other. They run 2 weekly group coaching calls in there as well. So you're literally getting 2 weekly coaching sessions every single week for free for the rest of your life. That's something pretty fucking unique. That's part of why we put that in there, part of why we built that. So yeah, all of these different extra things. Cam being a style coach, so that's something else. You get access to 4 coaches in our coaching program, including me, obviously, and a bunch of other people that are past coaching clients that are in the Discord. You know, like this guy, I've redacted his name because he wants to be anonymous, but he's someone that's a personal trainer. So he helps lots of people for free in the Discord. You know, Ed obviously helps a lot of people. Cam is a style coach and he gives people fashion advice in there. All of that kind of stuff is something that's unique. Here's another unique selling point. The biggest one is a set of sincere, heartfelt coaches who actually know who you are, take the time to understand your situation. I feel like I have a relationship with you all and I genuinely appreciate that. Some other types of coaching I've done, I barely know the guy and the whole thing feels transactional, which makes me want to pay less money. Yeah, I've gone through a couple of coaching programs like that too. Think about how this might apply to some of you in dating. If you can literally just give a shit about the other person, which is all I do in my coaching, that's all I'm doing in my content. I just care about you. I do my best to love you, to listen to you, to help you grow, to facilitate your greatness, where I can recognize the greatness that's already inside you and help you start to recognize that. I just give a shit. Do you know how fucking unique that makes you? Which is like not even a big bar. It's not even a high bar to set. If you can just give a fuck about the person that's sitting on the date next to you or in front of you and talk to them like a human being instead of something that you're trying to get sex from or money from or dopamine from. If you can see the actual person in front of you and treat them like a brother or a sister, my God, your top 1% right there. That's your unique selling point, just giving a shit. Here's another one, that the coaches not only help us push through our limiting beliefs, but they show us all that we're capable of way more than we initially thought was possible. Most importantly, they are then there to also encourage us and pick us up when we feel we have a breakdown, blah, 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 blah. So basically, we see the potential in you. So imagine if you go on a date and you see the potential in the other person and you give them a little bit of motivation. Like maybe they say, you know, you say, what are your hobbies? What are your dreams? Like, what do you want to work on? What do you care about? And they're like, well, you know, I've actually always thought of starting maybe an art studio. And you're like, holy shit, that's amazing. And they're like, oh, thank you. Yeah, you know, I do some art. And you're like, show me. I want to see the art. And then they're like, oh, well, there's nothing good. Like, I haven't done anything good. You're like, I don't give a shit. Show me, woman, show me the art. And she pulls her phone out and she shows you and you're like, holy shit, this is amazing. What the fuck? Why don't you have an art studio already? Like, woman, this is God tier art. Are you serious? And you're like flicking through the phone. You're like, this is so cool. I feel like I'm sitting here with a fucking talented artist or something, like a celebrity. Can I get your autograph for when you go famous? I can say I knew you. Man, do you know how much of a smile you put on that other person's face? Do you know how much it fucking means to someone when you just believe in them? You don't even have to do anything amazing. Just say, wow, your art is fucking cool. Or someone says, I've always wanted to do this. And you're like, why don't you? And they're like, well, you know, I don't know if I could do it. And you'd be like, don't let your dreams be dreams, bitch. Do something to make it happen. And she'll go, wow, thank you. Like, do you know how many women I've mentored by just giving them bits of motivation? Even on first dates, I'm like, wow, your art is amazing. I can't tell you how many times I've had this exact conversation where someone's a little bit nervous or afraid to tell me about a hobby. I get them to show me or demonstrate it. And then I say, wow, that's amazing. You can just see their eyes light up because most strangers don't believe in them. Most strangers don't push that hard to be like, no, show me. I want to see this. Don't just talk about it. Don't just tell me, oh, yeah, I play the guitar sometimes. It's like, bring in the fucking guitar next time we have a date then. I want you to play something for me. Wow, that was amazing. Claps for you. You're so good. That's something unique that you have to offer. That's what we obviously do in the coaching program. It's like just believing in your students, believing in your clients, means so much to them. Here's another one. I was really surprised with how loving the group and coaching is. I expected it to be more bust your ass, grind harder type stuff since it is a group aimed at men's self-improvement, but the environment is extremely non-judgmental and caring, and I feel like I can bring anything, even my deepest, most shameful moments and thoughts comfortably. So again, imagine if you go on a date offering that. Imagine if you're just non-judgmental and you're caring, like you give a shit. You're just nice. Like literally just be nice. It's funny that the word nice guy has such a negative reputation when it's like women love nice guys. What they don't like is guys that are full of shame and guilt and use manipulation to get what they want and pretend to be nice, but secretly they just are trying to get something. Women don't like that. Women don't like doormats who are complete pushovers and have no backbone, no confidence, no self-love. But if you have some self-love and a little bit of boundaries or a backbone, man, being nice is such an incredible fucking thing to offer. Because again, most people in dating are holding back. They're afraid to be vulnerable. They're afraid to be nice because they're like, what if the other person uses me? What if they use this against me? What if I can't stand up for myself? You can stand up for yourself and also be incredibly nice. Those two things go together really, really, really well. Have a backbone and be really nice. Join those two things together. And this guy says the main selling point for almost all the programs I've taken is testimonials. If you can get more testimonials and you can make them fire, like hyper edit them, a little dramatic, blah, 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 blah. So basically just goes on to say, I just want to know that this program is actually going to help, that it isn't a scam, that I can see the results and hear it from real people who did it. And obviously, that's what I have. There's like 60 or something videos on my channel, long ones, like 2-hour long interviews with people who are that passionate about the results they got in the program that want to sit down and talk about it. How does that relate to dating? Well, as you get more experience, as you become a little more confident, as you have a little bit more sex, either with multiple people or with the same person multiple times, as you start to improve your skills, yeah, you probably won't have testimonials. Although I guess in my case, I kind of do. It's a weird sort of thing. I have a lot of YouTube videos, obviously, where I talk about the sex that we have and the BDSM and all of that. And I send my YouTube channel to women that we're about to go on dates with. And I say, hey, look through this, look through some of the BDSM videos, and you'll get a feel for what I and what Emmy like to do. And so they watch them, and then they go, wow, you guys are really experienced. I've seen a couple of women that came on your podcast and how they talked about it. I like the way they talked about it and how they felt after sex with you guys. I want the same thing. That's a testimonial. That's literally a testimonial. That's not why I do it, but like that's kind of the effect. But for those of you who don't have a YouTube channel and you're not going to interview the girls that you sleep with before and be like, can I get a 5-star rating on Yelp, please? Can you give me a positive Google review so I can show that to other women? Can if you want to. But part of how you might do that is women that you date or women that you're friends with, take some photos with them, stick them on your Instagram, like build an Instagram profile that has you with other women and friends and all of that. It doesn't just have to be people you're sleeping with. It can be, look at this cool life that I have. Here's the evidence of it. These are my testimonials, my Instagram photos. This is the life that I'm part of. Or improving your Tinder photos. That's the same thing. Take a couple of photos with girls that when you're out with clubs, in clubs or something. Take a couple of cool photos every time you travel. Like build up a portfolio, and that's sort of the same thing here as testimonials. You'll also just find that you can keep the testimonials up here in your head. And what do we call that? We call that confidence. And so as you start to sleep with more women or more guys, as you start to improve your skills, as you start to know what you're doing more and more, you'll keep those testimonials in your head. You'll have people that'll say, wow, I had such a great time. Lock that into your head. Then the next person who says, wow, you are so good at sex. That was so amazing. Lock that in your head. So then the next person that you're talking to, you now have a little bit more confidence because in your head, you're like, well, 3 other people were really happy with the sex that we had. They said I was a really good lover. They had a blast. It was amazing and all of that. I made them orgasm a bunch of times. Maybe I'm decent at this. You're literally building your self-esteem and your self-confidence through, I guess, testimonials from other people saying that was fun. I had a good time. I can't wait to see you again, blah, blah, blah. So more experience will help you get better at sex and then you'll get more experience. It's kind of a snowball effect. And if you don't have any experience right now, don't stress. Just go out and meet that first person or get that first client or whatever you're trying to do. You got to start somewhere. I started somewhere. I started at nothing, but slowly build up, and I promise this will get easier over time. And this last one here came from Ed, who's one of the other coaches in the program. Says something unique is the wide range of goals and methods that we support and help with. Dating, money, etc. This group helps with everything. And with getting laid, we don't advocate for any one specific method of doing it. Day game, night game, online, social circle, meetup, whatever. We help with all of it. And so how does this apply to some of you when it might come to dating? If you can just have a whole bunch of different goals and personality parts of you and hobbies and all of that, like build yourself into a complete wide-ranging person. You're not just a one-dimensional character, and unique selling points will help with this. As you start to build yourself out and build your personality, you'll find that people just seem more into you. If you can be almost a juxtaposition or a multifaceted human being, like maybe someone comes to you and you're Captain BDSM like me. You offer BDSM, you say, I'm just here for BDSM, this is what I want. People come to you. And then on the first date, they find out that you're also very empathetic and kind and compassionate and loving. And they're like, wow, I wasn't necessarily expecting that from the BDSM guy. I just thought it would be kink and spanking and sex and all of that. Then maybe they find out you're a little bit nerdy and you have some nerdy hobbies. You love a bit of Dungeons and Dragons or whatever it might be. And they go, wow, that's kind of cool. I didn't expect that from you. I thought you were like a charismatic BDSM guy. And then you show them you're really interested in them and you say, show me your art. This is so cool. Wow, your art is so amazing, or your hobby or whatever it is. So cool. Thank you for showing me this. And they go, wow, I didn't expect Mr. Dominant BDSM guy to also be super kind and compassionate and then get really excited about what I'm doing and then have a good sense of humor and then run a coaching business and be a life coach. I didn't expect all the different parts of your personality like that. It surprised me in a good way. I felt like that towards Imogen when I first met her. I just thought she's shy 18-year-old girl who wants to have sex. Then I find out she takes like 5 different hobbies. She's also a swim teacher, so she instructs other people on how to learn to swim, like kids, how to learn to swim. She does art. She can play the piano. She can play the saxophone. She's a cheerleader. She does a bunch of other sports. Like, she's going to university to study engineering. She's ridiculously intelligent. She also likes product design and making things. When I find out all of that, I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck? This woman's living like 5 lives at once. Tell me more. I'm interested. And so for a lot of you, right now, you might not have a lot about you that's interesting. You might not feel like you have a lot of these unique selling points. That's okay. Start building some. Just start with one at a time. Start taking one little baby step towards making yourself a little bit more interesting or having a little bit more of a value proposition that you have to offer other people. I promise your dating results will go up tenfold. Start with one unique selling point, then add another one in. You can add more after that if you want to, but even just 1 or 2 would make you stand out from 99% of people on dating apps or out there in person or jobs or businesses or whatever it might be that you're building. I listed, a bunch of mine that I have in the coaching program and all of that, but take some of those, apply them to dating, come up with your own. There's a lot of things that maybe I don't have to offer that the coach right next to me would. Like maybe there's some other coach out there who has a bunch of shit to offer that I don't. That's their unique selling points. That's part of why I have 4 coaches in the coaching program, by the way, because I, by myself, I only have a limited amount to offer. But if I add Cam in there, oh shit, now he can give style advice, and his advice is a lot more concise than me. You all know I love to ramble. And then we have Ed in there, who has his own unique selling points and his own ways of doing things, and Taylor as well, the spiritual hippie guy. Like, there's 4 different personality types in there, and then all the other coaching clients, because I'm only one person. I might have quite a few unique selling points, but I'm limited. So yeah, go out there, think a little bit more about this concept of USPs. If you're interested in the coaching program and you like the USPs that we have to offer and you'd like to know more, apply for the coaching program. Like I said, I will give you a free fucking voice message giving you some coaching. We can then jump on a free call and talk about it. If you want to sign up for the coaching, I will absolutely change your life. And if you don't want to sign up for the coaching, I will wish you well. I'll give you a bit more advice and say, go build a beautiful life by yourself. So whether you do that with me or by yourself, I promise you can have the life that you want. As always, ladies and gentlemen, go out there, crush those goals in a unique,